Hi everyone, our journal page, and I'm going to be working in this journal that is made from watercolor paper. It's a little bit different from what I'm used to work with, so it's a challenge for me. And I've got, as you can see, lots of paper scraps. I've got some this is from scrapbook paper 12 by 12. I've got some tissue paper that I've printed on. I've got some leftover coloring pages, and I want to start by gluing torn pieces of this to my background. That is going to be the start for this page, and we'll see how where it's going. I think I'll just use some glue stick. These are quite thin, so I don't feel like they need something special. Let's see. Okay, so just putting some glue stick in the back. I hope I'm in frame that you can see what I'm doing, because it's long, and I think I will use the darker color only in the edges of this double spread, and I'll trim the excess later. Okay, I want to, oops, got away from me. I want to work quite quickly. I don't want to overthink it. At least that's I will try to do. It doesn't always work. And let's see, trying to find small pieces to fit. Okay, here we go, one small piece here. I'm very generous with the glue stick. Okay, here is another small piece. Most of it is gonna get covered, so I'm really not concerned about where everything goes. Here we go. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to use the smaller pieces first. Yeah. Or maybe I just have to go and I don't know. That's what happens when I say no overthinking. Okay. You can hear my boys in the back. Okay, so let's take another piece of this. Okay. As I said, I'm really trying to be quick about it. Okay, next. Okay, I'm going to glue the other and pieces, and then I'm going to trim around the edges. I'll be back. Okay, so finished gluing, and I've also went around the edges and trimmed the excess. I still had lots of leftovers, and I don't want them to go into a stash or more more scraps, so I use them. Here I've made a start to a new page in this small art journal, and I've also used the other smaller leftovers on these tags. This is just a start, but now I don't have any more scraps laying around. Okay, so I've got here, I'm not sure if I'm in frame, I've got here some diluted gesso and two colors. I've got some turquoise, teal, whatever, and this dark magenta. First, I want to go over my page with the diluted gesso just to push it back a little bit, and it's always better to start with a little amount, and if you think it needs more pushing back, then add. And sometimes I'm dipping my brush into the water if I feel I have too much that gesso on my brush. Here we go. Now you don't have to do this. I just felt like I needed to push it a little bit backwards. I want the details, but I don't need them too much. Okay. Yeah. I like it, and it's just the start. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry again, and then I'm going to be moving for the paint. I'll be back. Okay, so this is dry, and now I'm going to take a baby wipe and I'm going to use it with the acrylic paint. I'm using a baby wipe because it will help me smear the paint and keep it a little bit translucent, because I don't want it opaque to cover the details. So with a baby wipe, it's just easier. Of course, I can add water to the acrylic paint. It's also a way to go about it. But I really like how the baby wipe helps me blend, smear, whatever you want to call it. I'm putting down the paint quite randomly on the page. Okay. Moving to the dark magenta. I'm letting it also mix with the turquoise, and I'm getting another color in between, some purplish color, and I like how they are blending nicely together. Now I'm taking small amounts of paint, and again, same as the gesso, I can always add later on if I feel it's needed. It's better to start with small amount of paint. Okay, I feel like I need a little bit more turquoise in several places. I can also, as long as it's still wet, I can also wipe a little bit of it if I feel it's needed. Yeah. Trying to blend them more together. Okay, so I've got this. It's almost completely dry because I used small amounts of paint, but I'm still going to let this dry completely so I can continue working on this page. I'll be back. Okay, so this is dry now. I have this baby wipe. Don't throw it away, just use it. It's still a little bit moist, but I want to show you what I'm using the baby wipes for. I'm going to just take out a strip like so, and just a quick demonstration. Let's take one of those tags that I've used, and here we go. I can use it here for the tag. And as I said, it's not completely dry yet, but here it is, and I can already see me taking this kind of colors and just putting them in several places on this tag. So don't throw it away. Okay, so next I want to add more details to my background. I still have the diluted gesso here, and I've picked this stencil, which now I want to stencil here quite randomly. Now I'm using the diluted gesso because again, it needs to stay in the background. I don't want it to overwhelm the page. Now I was going to stencil like this in several places, and then I thought maybe this time I will go a little bit diagonally. Let's see what happens, and what's the worst that could happen. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, interesting. I like it. Okay, a little bit more. Don't know how much of it you can see, but it's here, and I like it how it just added to my background. And now I want to add more details. What can I say? I have here, I don't know if you can see it, but from one of the pages, this print that I use this silicone coaster to do prints on tissue paper, and I figured Maybe I will use white here or gesso. Let's put some gesso, more gesso here. And not diluting it this time, just going over like this. And I should have put more, but never mind. As I said, it's just details in the background, nothing more. I love finding silicone things. They are great as stamps. Silicone trivets, silicone coasters, all kinds of stuff. Okay, it seems like I can't stop, but I really like it. Okay, letting this sit to dry. I'll be back. Okay, so decided that I'm still not finished with this background. So I've got this stamp and I'm taking this cream color. Again, it's an acrylic paint. Whoopsie. Acrylic booger. I'm putting it here and I'm going to use a brayer just to... What's up with my brayer? Not a good brayer. Okay, let's continue. Let's try and save the day. Whatever. And here we go. Let's hope for the best. And stamping it. Not a great stamp. Let's see if I can squeeze. Okay. Something needs to be done. This brayer is not good right now. I'm just going to clean it a little bit with a baby wipe before it's getting even worse. And let's take another brayer. And more paint here. Okay, much better. Okay, now I like it. Again. Yeah. Just because it didn't print so well here, I'm just adding more. Okay, that's what I was aiming for. Again. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put a baby wipe and just clean it under water as soon as I can. It's not good for acrylic paint to dry on this kind of stamp. Wiping the acrylic paint. And a little bit of the brayer. All is going to be cleaned as soon as I'm finished with this page, which is about now I have some butterflies that I want to put on my page. This I bought at the cheap store, and usually I don't go for pink, but it just works here. So I'm going to glue this. I think I will add some antennas. I'm looking for a permanent black marker. Yep. Here we go. Just a small detail, but I think it's needed. Okay, I thought about adding some writing or whatever, some words here, but I quite like what's going on here. Maybe later on I will do it, but right now I think I'll just leave it be as is. So this is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.